Hi everyone, welcome back to another video. Time to time, customers do ask us what products do we use, what machinery do we use. Today in this video, through this appointment with this BMW F30, a Quartz Plus coating appointment, we're going to share with you the machinery that we use, in particular the portable machine that we have. Stay tuned for more. Now that we are at the paint correction stage of the appointment, I'm just going to spend a bit of time to talk to you and tell everyone about the equipment that we are using. You have seen us with the Rupes machine, and in this industry, when it comes to polishing machines, there are a few well-known brands, other brands that detailers also use. There's Flex, there's Bosch, there's Milwaukee, there's Kita. But what I'm holding here with me is a newer face to the industry, ShineMate. Now, ShineMate machine is a portable cordless machine, so it's battery operated. There are a few differences between a portable machine and a corded machine. For one, when you're using a corded machine, you don't have to worry so much about the battery life. But when it comes to cordless machine, it gives you the freedom of moving around without worrying about the wire. You might be able to get the paint correction job done faster. But there's always the issue of battery life. Now, the one that I bought, it comes with two battery packs. It's a 5 ampere battery pack, and immediately when you hold it, you feel a weight difference between this and the Rupes machine. And I'll tell you more as I'm doing the paint correction later. The dial is over here, and one thing that you'll notice when you're using it is that the dial is a reverse direction for the Rupes machine. And when I first got to use the both machines, it affected me quite a bit. So you're actually turning from left to right, or on the Rupes machine you're turning right to left. Just something small. I'm going to use this machine together with the blue course pad and also this compound, the H901. You have seen us talk about H901. There's a newer version of the compound called the H902, but for now we are just going to be using the H901. As usual, I'm going to prime my bed. Add a bit. Now when I prime my bed, I want to go at full 1. Now immediately, as I'm trying to prime my bed, I would feel that this weight of this machine would try to push the whole machine down. So actually this works to my advantage because I'm a fan of the weight distribution of the ShineMate machine. Just by lifting the battery up and holding the top, you get a very balanced feel on the panel itself, especially when you're working on a flat panel. Now, some comments about the machine as I'm using it for the paint correction. First thing, the dial is very near to the handle, so it's very easy to adjust. The lock is just within a thumb's range, so it helps you with the paint correction as well. But the issue with battery-operated machines is that the RPM sometimes loses out to the corded counterparts. So for example, this speed 4 on this might not be able to compare with speed 4 on the Rupes machine, which sometimes I go for higher RPM just to get the cut that I need when working on some panels itself. Another issue is that, as you can see, here's the button. So when you click it, it lets you know how much battery your battery pack has left. Right here, I have a full bar of 4. I recommend you work on a panel with a battery pack fully charged, because when it reaches the 2 bar position, for me, in my experience, is that it starts to have a bit of issues with the speed, with the RPM. It starts to get a bit slower, and you feel that when you're using the machine, it just feels that something is off with the speed. So that's where the extra battery pack actually comes in very helpful. So when we operate and we use, I would keep a battery pack charged, use it, and then when it's used up, I'll start charging this battery pack and then use the one that I fully charged as a backup. So now that we have done the cutting, I'll also like to show you the results. Now this is the panel that we went one pass with the H901. And then moving down here is the panels that's untouched. Now as you notice that this panel there are a lot of flaws on it, and just one pass on the H901 we cleared most of it. There are still some flaws on the paint itself. If you have seen the footage, there's some marks, stains, but most of the fine swirls are removed, and that's what I really like about this product, in the sense that when it works with this machine, I just can somehow get the right combination to just get the result I want without dusting. Now I'm going to be working on this panel. I'll see you in a while later, and then we'll be doing the second step paint correction. Now, what is a second step paint correction? If you have seen some of our other videos, we talked about this. So when other shops, they might be able to offer their customers a lower price, a better deal when it comes to a polishing or a coating package. Sometimes it might be because that they are offering only a one-step paint correction, which is like what I just did with this compound here. Going through it one pass, you get that result. But as Rupes, we believe in two-step paint correction because that allows us to remove more flaws on the paint and deliver a better result to really justify the shine of the car, the potential of it. So what we always do is to do a two-step paint correction, and what I'm going to do now, I'm actually going to use this one cut and finish P601. There are other products from Coach Kenny that can do a two-step, but this is just my preference. I'm going to pair it with a yellow pad, which is a pad with a lower abrasive capabilities than the blue pad. Now you might be asking, why is there a need to cut again? The thing is, what we are using this blue yellow to the blue, this P6 to the H9, they are of a lower cutting capabilities. So what this allows me to do is actually to remove the micro flaws that this compounding has left behind. And what we're going to do now, I'm going to try to show you what the micro flaws that I mentioned are things like maybe fine swirls, marring, blurs that might be created from this itself. So as usual, I just want to apply my pad. First impressions when using this product is a bit more thicker, it's a bit less viscous as compared to the H901. Now, one thing I forgot to mention about Coach Kenny products is that I feel that throughout their line of compounds and polishes, it allows me to work longer on the panel itself. So this in turn creates a longer working time for me, suits my working style, but most importantly, it allows me to work longer so I can do more flaws. Now as you can see, as I'm moving, my tempo is a bit faster as compared to the compounding part. With this product, I can also understand very clearly when is it time to stop working on it, depending on how thin it looks on the table itself. So this is usually what I'm going for, and then I just dump it off. Now you might notice I'm using a different colored cloth, and we have 3 different colored cloths over here. That's part of our SOP, our standard routine. It's because we use different colored cloths for different purposes. We don't want to risk any cross contamination. So for rims, washers with different colored cloths, for compounding, different stages of the paint correction, we also have different colored cloths. Now the camera might not do it justice, but let me just bring you to see it, because what we are removing are micro flaws that is not that visible to the naked eye under normal lighting conditions or the inexperienced eye. I can definitely see some difference in terms of gloss, but let me bring you through it. Now, like I said, you can't really see it from the camera, but from what I'm seeing right now, I'm seeing something that is a lot brighter, the gloss is a lot darker, and the reflection is actually a lot nicer. Like you can see what's reflected on the car paint itself a lot better. And usually when you see this, or a lot of customers see this, they are very satisfied, they're very happy with it, and it is a good result. But what we like to do, especially for black cars, is do a 3-step paint correction, which is what we're doing today. The third step is the finishing stage, where we are going to be using the last product. Today we are going to put the Maguire's 210. I'm going to pair it with this red pad over here. So this red pad is similar to how this relates to the blue pad, is of a lower cutting capability. In fact, when you are reaching the finishing stage, we don't want anything with any cutting capability. So this red pad has almost minimal cutting. So compared paired together with this 210, which is also a product with minimal cutting. So what we're actually doing to the paint is actually just to refine it further, bring up gloss. Because when it comes to black cars, we like the very deep dark gloss, but we make a very dark color of black. We don't want a very dull look on black color car, which is why this product and this stage is going to help us with it. Now the Maguire's 210 will be very viscous, it's very liquid. I tend to add a lot lesser than I would as compared to the other 2 products, the compound or polishers. Simply because a little goes a very long way. As you can see, I don't want to say Singapore, I'm putting it on the panel itself. It's very thick and definitely very different from other 2 products. Now, you might be asking what's the main difference between all these 3 products. We have a compound, we have a polish, and we have a finishing product. It differs based on the products, the ingredients inside it. When we have a compound, it mainly contains of abrasive. So it's meant to cut and remove all the flaws, the scratches to perform the compounding stage. When you reach the polishing stage, that's when you have products that are a bit of a mixture. So this actually has a bit of the cutting over here, where mixed with polishing oil, just to give it give you the capabilities to remove the flaws that are created from the compounding stage. But when you reach the finishing, you are just basically looking at zero abrasives, more towards the polishing end of the spectrum, just to give it a very deep dark gloss. So speaking of deep dark gloss, let me show you the final results. So if you compare this to this, I think that will give you a very accurate picture of a before after. Now I'm going to be working on the entire car, trying to turn the whole car into this picture over here. Now let's see how it goes. I'll see you in a while.
After I was done with the bigger panels of the car, for the smaller panels like the front and the back bumper, I actually employed the use of a different machine, the iRip mini polisher that we have. Unlike the ShineMate machine, this polisher machine isn't dual action, it's rotary. So it rotates in a different manner. But either way, having a smaller machine, pad size of about 3 inches, it actually helps me to work on the smaller panels a lot better.
Right now I'm doing an IPA wipe down. Basically what we're doing is basically to prep the car for the coating. My choice, the product choice I'm using is the carpro eraser. So there are a lot of products in the market for this panel prep IPA wipe down. But what I personally like is carpro's eraser because I feel it's a bit concentrated than the rest. It helps me get the job done faster and better. So that's why we start with it since we started. Need to clean the roof. Instead I'll be cleaning the glasses, the window surface and also the entire car. And after that we are good to start on the coating. Now that we've done the panel prep, we're ready to put on the coating. What I have with me is actually the Quartz Plus bottles. So the Quartz Plus comes in package like that. So the black is for base and the white is for top, which I quite like. They also follow the same color code for Kenzo. Now, IGL Coatings is known for having dual layered graphene coatings. There are other coating products on the market that have similar there's special qualities like that. So most of the coatings in the market, they actually go by single layer. But let's say for example carpro. Carpro's coatings are base layer with a topper on it. But IGL is known for their graphene technology, and Quartz Plus is our mid-tier graphene coating package. Higher than it is Kenzo. You have seen videos on it on our YouTube channel, you can check it out. Now many customers have asked us what's the difference between a Quartz Plus and the Kenzo. Now both are similarly dual layered graphene coating packages, but Kenzo offers better durability and also much better gloss. The top coat for Kenzo is also much thicker and a bit stickier, which we can feel when we apply the coating onto it. But the essence of the dual layer coatings is that not only do you get a 2-layer protection, they actually bond together to provide a very strong defense mechanism against your contaminants, act as a barrier between anything that might fall into your car paint. So personally, the Quartz Plus is still our most popular option. I personally feel that there's not such a big difference between the Quartz Plus and the Kenzo. But many of our higher end customers still go for Kenzo, especially if they are someone that wants nothing but the best for their ride. Kenzo is also known to set itself apart from the other product lines like Quartz Plus because it comes with its own accessories. The Kenzo keychain and the Kenzo wallet, it also comes with its certification, its authenticity certification, the little card that we sometimes showcase in our videos as well. Funny story, one of our customers that had a Skoda Super, he coated his car with us. We did a dual layer coating on it, but after a few days, unfortunately, he got into a small accident and got a scratch on his car, so he sent it for a respray. But during the respray process, the spray paint shop actually had a very huge difficulty trying to remove the coating that was already placed on his car. In fact, because they didn't remove the coating properly in the first try, they sprayed the paint onto it. The paint actually peeled off because the coating was able to repel the paint. I think this speaks volumes of IGL's dual layer coating to the extent that it can even repel paint.
After we were done with the coating, I took this chance to work on the interior, which mainly consists of leather cleaning and the interior cleanup, including the door jambs and dashboard conditioning. After that, I let the aircon cleaner run while I work on the exterior, which includes grooming the tires by adding the tire gel shine and also working on the windows by applying the windows coating. Now the windows coating remain the same, we are still using chemicalguys Hydro View, but for the tires, we have recently swapped to carpro's dark side for our coating appointments. Now the carpro dark side is a bit different from the Maguire's in the sense that it's water based rather than gel based. A potential downside to this product is that after you apply it, you shouldn't be moving the car or touching the tires for a certain period of time. But this works to our favor for coating appointments because during this period of time, we will be working on the car, we won't be moving the car. So we recently swapped to it for our graphene coating packages and it gives the car a better shine and at the same time hydrophobic protection. So water actually beats off your tires if they are coated with the carpro dark side.